fuck do you think you're doing in there? You know that Sanctuary's over, right? Like it was over last week. Have you seen part 4 yet? Don't look at my feet. Okay, well, this is a bit awkward. Do you maybe want to, come look at the sets for Sanctuary? Yeah? Okay, it's a bit weird that you're not speaking, but alright. Come on, let's go. Hey guys, it's Ammy Wolf here. So, like I said in the intro, thank you to my brother for helping me film that, by the way. Sanctuary Part 4 Sanctum is now out on my channel, and if you haven't watched it, then please go give it a watch. You can watch all of the episodes now, because the series is finished. It's all in a playlist on my channel, so I would highly recommend go watching that first before you see this video or any behind the scenes video, because I am not going to hold back on spoilers, okay? That is your one warning. Go now, watch it, come back, or forever hold your peace. Okay, so Sanctuary for the most part was actually filmed in the desert out here in the Middle East, but for those few scenes where I needed an interior or a different set piece, I thought why not compile them here into this video so you can see the process that I went through and the things that I used. Keep in mind that I filmed Sanctuary on a budget of exactly 0 money. 0. So whatever you see here was made with random bits and pieces that I've salvaged over my many years of being an insane model horse filmmaker. So, with that out of the way, we're on to our first set piece, which is the Scavenger Clan tents. I made 6 tents in total, 1 for each clan member, and they vary in size, but they're all made from the same materials. I used wire coat hangers and old white bed sheets held together with hot glue. Like I said, I had 0 budget, so whatever I had my hands on, I used. I actually made a tutorial on how to make one of these tents like a couple years ago, and if that sounds interesting to anyone, let me know, because I could always put together the video now, but I am gonna have to see a couple of people actually interested in that because it's kind of chaotic. Let me just put it that way. But basically, making the tents involved bending the wire coat hangers to make the frame of the tent, and draping the fabric around it, and hot gluing the fuck out of it, so that it all stayed in one place while I was filming it. Most of them are simply 4 walls and no floor, because just sticking them in the sand and covering the ugly parts was a lot easier than trying to make them look pretty. Except for the one that I used to film the scene in Sanctuary Part 1 Solemn with Gino and Filetti. That was actually the first ever scene that I filmed for Sanctuary, and the tent has a bottom because I used it for the interior shots as well as the exterior shots. Plus, it had these small LED lights inside of it, so it just made sense to hide the power box with an actual floor. As you can see, they are all built to Schleich scale and big enough to fit at least 1 horse in them, including little flapping openings that would sometimes catch nicely in the breeze to give them more realism. Another thing I did to properly immerse them in the environment was to cover them in sand. I mean, there was enough of the stuff to go around. Have you seen the episodes? It's literally all just sand. And I think it really came out well in the episode, even if it means I will perpetually always have sand in my room. Also, my dog Ozzy really loves them. I mean, he can't get enough of them. I think it's the smell or something. He's just like, wow, that's the outside world. Up next is the garden courtyard in Victory City from Sanctuary Part 2 Umbra. I'm really proud of how this one turned out, especially in the final episode. I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't use it more, but the fact that it only makes 1 appearance kind of makes it more special, in my opinion. So the grey base of this thing is actually painted onto this bright pink piece of fake leather that I had from I don't even know where, that I spray painted grey for the concrete flooring of the courtyard, with a couple of lighter grey highlights here and there. And the flower beds are actually sample pieces of fake grass that I got from Hobbycraft years ago. Obviously, I wasn't gonna get a whole meter-long roll of this stuff, so the sample pieces worked really nicely. One of them I cut up into 2 strips for the main 2 flower beds, and the second piece I just fully stuck onto the back for this little piece of lawn that this yellow glass sculpture thing sits on. I think in the episode I filled it with water to act as a fountain. Obviously, it doesn't spout water like a fountain, but come on, please, just use your imagination. For the main 2 flower beds, I populated them with fake succulents that I pulled out of a terrarium that I had. It wasn't getting much use, and I didn't mind sacrificing it for this project. So we have a few varied plants, as well as some fake white roses, some moss from the same terrarium, and a couple of green rocks that I found in one of my drawers. Seriously, half of this shit I've literally just hoarded for years in case I wanted to use it in another project. Do not underestimate the power of hoarding. And in the background, to make it seem a little bit more believable as a garden, I once again had a bunch of fake potted plants that I dunked to each side, not only working to keep the base of the set flat while I was filming, but for some nice eye candy in the background of the scene. Also, for the life of me, I cannot find the actual pedestal I used to put this little unicorn statue on in the actual episode, but there it is. I'm so disorganized. The set itself isn't huge, just big enough for Mazi and Vasha to walk around in. There's my dog, for size reference. He wanted to be involved in this video. But my main goal here was to make the garden seem believable as a garden. And like I said, I'm super proud with how this turned out. I think it's one of my favorite sets that I've ever built, ever. And Ozzy really seems to like it as well. I mean, he's literally just straight vibing. Okay, so for this final set that I built, I really wish I could show you more of how it exactly looked in the actual episode. I will find some photos and I'll put them in the video if I have any, but this burnt out printer box is the remains of the abandoned warehouse from Part 3 Sanctum that Gino and Oliver found themselves being taken to after their run-in with Velk. And when I say burnt out, I really mean burnt the fuck out. There is really not a whole lot left here to show you, unfortunately. I once again spray painted the inside with the grey paint to give that warehouse kind of feel, and populated it with different storage containers, old cables, and random bits of metal I had lying around. It's actually really simple. I mean, I hung Gino from this hole in the ceiling, and all of this dark yellow stuff you can see is the very flammable liquid I used to set this whole ass place on fire, including our main man Velk. And yes, that is Oliver's leg. And yes, I did in fact cut it off. Was it worth it? I mean, you tell me. But it is fused to the box now, so there's literally nothing I can do about it. And being that the box is what my printer originally came in, it is big enough to throw in as many horses to traumatize as you want. Okay, so for these next couple of sets, well, I didn't actually make them. They just came with the house that I'm in. Most of the white interiors you see for Victory City were filmed inside this white cupboard I have. It's got the perfect plain look for a horribly dystopian city, so after I whacked my set decorations in there, I also whacked my horses in there, and was good to go. The same can be said for Gino's quarters in Victory City. It's the bottom shelf of my model cupboard, and after graffitiing the back wall with some white paint and putting furniture in there, I also put Gino in there, and he had a good cry about it. And if you wanted to see where Leon's quarters were filmed, yep, you guessed it, it's another wooden drawer. So if you at home are an aspiring model horse filmmaker, thinking to yourself that your series or your short film is never gonna look good because you don't have the budget to make an elaborate interior set piece, bestie, I am here to tell you, you really do not need all that shit. If I can get away with putting this one candle holder in the back of literally every single shot within Victory City, then so can you. I just wanted people to know that this hobby should not have a price tag attached to it. If you don't want to, or if you're not even able to spend a single penny on your series, that's perfectly okay. I didn't, and Sanctuary is one of the things I am the most proud to have worked on in my entire life. Make use of what you've got, your surroundings, and don't be afraid to get a little bit thrifty. A good story doesn't come from how nice your set looks. A good story comes from having a good story. Believing in the product that you're making is a key component into making something that people will enjoy. And I say this because of all of the wonderful support that I've gotten for Sanctuary, despite how cobbled together it is behind the scenes. I mentioned it in my costume tour for Part 1 Solemn, but all of the materials that I used were things that I already had in my possession that just found a new life as part of this project. So genuinely, believe in what you're making, focus on expressing the passion that you feel for your series, and I promise you, it will come out on screen. No matter if it's bed sheets that you're working with or a fully built set, there is no wrong way to make a model horse film. So that's it for this video. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, because you don't want to miss out on some of the upcoming model horse projects that I've got on this channel, like Monophobia and Dearly Departed. And you might be sick of hearing this from me already, but I will shout it from the rooftops until the day I die. Thank you so much for everybody that has supported my Sanctuary series. I really cannot believe that it's finished. I mean, I worked on this thing for 3 whole ass years. It's insane just how much people have enjoyed it, the engagement that I've gotten from it. I mean, it really means the entire world to me. So thank you so much. If you were there from the beginning, you're a real one. I cannot fucking believe it. Like, oh my god. It's actually over. I actually did it. Like, I actually finished something. That is insane for me. I've never done that in my life. But yeah, I mean, all the support, all the love that everybody has shown this series, I mean, it means so much to me. So thank you guys. I love you so much. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Tally ho.